Speaker Pelosi invited President Trump to come testify.
Stop tape. So this is a Speaker of the House Democrat rope-a-dope that's being thrown out there to the president. And the president's not going to fall for it. He's not going to, and his counsel would never let him fall for it. But that's all this is a bit of political rope-a-dope. So Nancy Pelosi says, hey, Mr. President, if you're innocent and you have nothing to hide, then why don't you come testify? Get on the witness stand and testify. Now, let's apply this to the courts, criminal courts, right? You have someone who's accused of murder, but they're innocent 99% of the time. The counsel for that person who's accused of murder is never going to let that person on the witness stand for a whole host of reasons. One of the reasons is you never know. You just never know. You can't control it. It's not a controllable situation, even though that person is 100% innocent. And Nancy Pelosi knows this, but she, along with Chuck Schumer, they're able to go out there and say, oh, look, we made this offer to the 45th president of the United States. He doesn't like what's going on. He doesn't like the fact that he's being railroaded. He doesn't like the fact that the rules are tilted against him and the Republicans trying to defend him in the House of Representatives. So Nancy Pelosi says, if he doesn't like it and he thinks it's so bad, well, then why doesn't he come testify? Well, she knows, for the same reason that I just pointed out, Donald Trump can not testify before this kangaroo court. It would be a disaster. Imagine Donald Trump sitting in front of Adam Schiff. It would be disgusting. It would be a constitutional nightmare. In fact, it actually might be a violation of the Constitution if the president did sit down for such an inquisition here. It's never going to happen. But what this allows the Democrats to do, like Chuck Schumer, say to the president, hey, why don't you come on and testify? Nancy Pelosi has made an offer to you. Why don't you come testify? If you're innocent and you think that things are going so poorly and they're one-sided, why don't you come on and offer your side of the story? So she can say, and Chuck Schumer can say, hey, look, here's the president. We made him this generous offer to come testify. Never been done before in the history of this republic, and never should, as a matter of fact. Never been done before in the history of this republic, and he's refusing to do so. And so now they can say, what does he have to hide? What does the 45th president have to hide by not testifying? Of course, the mainstream media will just regurgitate this, right? They won't point out what I pointed out, and that any good criminal defense attorney will tell you, hey, I'm not going to put my client on the stand unless there's a major compelling reason to do so. It's never going to happen. Even though my client is innocent, I'm not going to do it because it's not an environment that can be controlled. You just never know what's going to happen, especially in a situation that's controlled by Adam Schiff and the Democrats. It's a setup. It's a total setup that the President of the United States, he's tweeting, he's considering it. He's not considering it. He's playing back with him. He's just playing along. Yeah, I'm considering it. The President says, I'm thinking about maybe taking Nancy Pelosi up on her offer. It's never going to happen. He's just toying with them. That's all he's doing right now. Roll tape.
And I think her invitation is correct. If Donald Trump doesn't agree with what he's hearing, doesn't like what he's hearing, he shouldn't tweet.
Stop tape. Interesting that Chuck Schumer says the president shouldn't be tweeting. They hate the fact that Donald Trump has 65 million followers. I'm one of them. And I read his Twitter account every day. They hate that. They hate it. So I encourage all Americans to follow Donald Trump on Twitter since they hate it so much. And the reason they hate it and the reason why they're encouraging the president not to tweet is because it's working and it's effective. And he's able to speak directly to me and to you and to everybody else in this country unfiltered. If he stopped tweeting, if he did what Chuck Schumer is talking about, then everything that emanates from the White House would be filtered through the mainstream media, and we would never hear the unvarnished Donald Trump. It's a wonderful thing having him tweet. It's a wonderful thing having these impromptu, if you will, news conferences in front of the helicopter. Continue doing both because it's a direct message to the American people, Mr. President, and do not listen to Nancy Pelosi. Don't take advice from Chuck Schumer either. So this is the latest narrative from the Democrats, right? To be regurgitated by the mainstream media. The president has something to hide by not testifying. However, clearly, any rational person understands that this invitation is a political trap set by the Democrats and encouraged by the media for which this president would never fall.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.